The TMNT cartoon that was produced between the years of 2003 and 2009 was low-key one of my favorite cartoons to watch growing up. I mean, yeah, it was up there with the original Ben 10 and Batman the Animated Series. But the thing is, I only watched that one, and I know that there is like 4 more TMNT cartoons I have no idea about. So in today's video, I'm going to rank every TMNT cartoon just from watching their lowest rated episode on IMDb to see which one is the best and if I'm still a fan of the original one that I grew up with or not. Blast from the Past, 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb. The episode is basically talking about Shredder, who puts his hand on one of the best old ninja warriors. He called him back to make him train his soldiers. And somehow, while the Turtles and Splinter was trying to stop Shredder from doing that, Splinter gets amnesia and forget everything, including that he is the true leader of the Foot. And why is that important? Well, the spirit of the old warrior is not gonna listen to anyone but the true leader of the Foot. And basically for the rest of the episode, the Turtles was trying to make Splinter remember who he is by telling him his entire life story. And when he finally remembers everything, they got back to Shredder and make him run away like a coward in the most funny way. Well, I understand that this is a 40-year-old show, but it was so brutal to me to watch it. I was laughing the entire time, and I'm not saying that in a good way. Like, this is supposed to be serious. The character design was so bad, the voice acting was trash, and I didn't like how they were moving from a scene to another so fast. Like, this second they are in a museum fighting Shredder, the other second they are in their basement trying to help Splinter with his amnesia. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a D tier. Power Struggle, 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb. The episode begins with a superhero fighting a robotic alien, and this fight ends with the hero losing his cape that was giving him all of his powers. Then the cape was found by this kid who took it and escaped. Many years later, we see Michelangelo and Raph finds the cape after stopping a villain from stole it from that kid who became a grown man now. And Mike makes Raph wear the cape, and that makes him get all the power of it. Then Raffaello joined the Justice Force and start working with them, what makes Michelangelo feels jealous, so they started fighting over the cape and cutting it into 2 pieces, what makes the cape useless. Then the villain who was looking for it appeared to take it from them, but the 2 turtles fight him back in their old traditional way and of course win the fight. Somehow, then they decided to give it back to the Justice Force and the Brotherhood wins at the end. Well, this episode wasn't bad, but it also wasn't that good, to be honest. I didn't like the animation. It looked more like fan art more than a product of a studio with millions in the bank. But I liked the concept, I liked the story, the design of the Justice Force was so good, and actually overall I did enjoy this episode. A tier. A Foot Too Big, 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb. The episode begins with this weird hunter who called himself the Finger because he have an extra finger in his hand in a hunting mission for a Bigfoot. Then we see the turtles training when they get attacked by this Bigfoot, and they found out that he just hurt and he only want to protect himself against them. Donatello took him home to heal his injury, and things start to get a little bit weird between them. Bigfoot start to take care of Donatello and kind of fall in love with him. Then it turns out that Bigfoot is actually a female, and a couple of days later she heard Leo and Casey laughing at her, so she got mad and go back to the woods to find the Finger waiting for her. He makes her fall into a trap, and when he finds out that she is female not male, he stops trying to kill her because of his principles that he doesn't hurt women. And somehow Bigfoot fall in love with the Finger. Well, that's what happened when you spend your entire life in the wilderness alone. The episode actually was so uncomfortable, and at some points it was disgusting, to be honest, especially for someone like me. But I watched this episode and I know the entire arc and I know that it's a banger, so I'm gonna put it just in the middle. I'm not gonna put it in dog shit, but I'll put it in C tier. Mystic Myth, 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. The episode begins with the turtles find a mythical fox that can teleport, then they got attacked by two fat dudes with a heavy Russian accent, and it turns out that they are two monsters, and they want to take the fox for some reason. And after a long fight with the turtles, they managed to take the fox. They opened the gate in a wall and escaped. The turtles then managed to open the gate again and enter it to find themselves in a mythical world. In this world, they found mythical weapons because they lose their weapons in the first fight. They fight the final boss with them, free the fox, go back home, end of the episode. I did actually and surprisingly enjoy this episode, to be honest. I liked the animation, I liked the colors, the soundtracks was too good, the story was like, I'll give it like 6 out of 10. The voiceover was so clean and the voice actors did a great job, despite I'm not a big fan of the script, to be honest. But yeah, overall, I really liked this episode. A tier. Ralph vs. Water, 7.2 out of 10 on IMDb. The episode begins with Ralph, who is so pissed because there's like a heavy rainstorm outside and they were stuck for days in the sewers. And on top of that, they started hearing an annoying noise. So Splinter sent Ralph, who became more angry, to find out the source of the noise. And Ralph finds out that there is an excavator trying to make a hole in the surface. Then he finds out that there is other mutants forced this worker to dig into the ground without stop. Ralph and these weird mutants tries to stop the others, but it turns out that they are a lot and Ralph have to go and bring the other turtles to help him. End of the episode. Bro, I am a fan of this work. I watched only this episode and I am already in love. I like the animation. The character design is so good. Plus, like, this is the lowest rated episode on this show and I'm so excited to see what's this entire piece of art have to offer me more. So I'm gonna blindfoldedly put it in S tier. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. See you in another one. Thanks for watching and peace!